Yeah, so hi guys. It's been a while. I'm moving my office space and my storage a little bit, so that's why I haven't posted a video in a few days. But I got some new stones. I wanted to test them out, so it's a good opportunity this evening to shoot another video. And yeah, so a couple of things. These new stones I haven't come by before, but my supplier had them. And I'm probably going to butcher the name, but they are made for a wholesale supplier in Japan. I haven't been able to get the name yet. I'm working on that, but and I'm probably going to butcher the name of these stones. But apparently, this is a Tsukimonogatari. It is a 1000 grit soaking stone. It's rather large, as you can probably tell. It seems very light, and I do believe this is a rather soft stone. So I'm gonna get this soaking. Just put it in my tub here, and it's bubbling away. And while that is bubbling away, we'll talk about the other stones a little bit as well. Because while the 1000 grit stone is a soaking stone, the 3000 grit stone is a splash and go. That should be the green one. And that is apparently a Shiromonogatari. I hope. And oh, sorry. It's a tight fit. See, almost the same color. It's a little darker. Feels, it feels a little denser, and you would expect as much if it was supposed to be a splash and go. I'm just gonna try it out here, and yeah, that is not soaking in any water whatsoever, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna give that a go in a bit. The last one is somewhat of a weird stone to me. It's also a bit denser, so it's heavier. At least it feels a little bit heavier. It's also a splash and go, and it's apparently 10,000 grits, people, and that is quite a lot. The only thing I got a hold of from their website was that these stones are soft and meant for primarily stainless steel. And why you would take stainless steel up to, well, kitchen knives at least up to 10,000 grits, I don't know. So that's going to be interesting. Maybe we'll get a result closer to an 8,000 grit, but we will see. It's either that, or you would expect to be using this kind of stone on a razor. 3000 grit, however, would be a okay grit to stop on with stainless steel. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a go as well. And in addition to testing out some new stones today, I really wanted to. I have. I know it looks like a mess, but I have refurbished my leather strap a little bit. Fix the lighting. I'm sorry about that. So I've added some new stropping paste to it, and in addition to that, on the other side, I have just applied some of the turmeric honing compound that comes with the turmeric. So I'm going to try that as well. So today I am going to sharpen my Mukusta Sanmai. That's VG10 stainless steel. Rather soft, so it's going to be a good test. We're going to start with set the bevel on the 1000 grit stone. After we're done with that, we're going to go on to the 3000 grit. And I will be stropping after the 3000 grit. First with the regular honing compound that I usually use. And we're going to go back, set the bevel again, and we are going to try the turmeric paste, see if there's any difference. And after that, we're going to try the 10,000 grit stone to see if there's any advantage to go that high. So yeah, the first impression, especially with the 1000 grit stone, is it kind of reminds me about these Chinese sharpening stones. It's kind of got that feel to it, but I am going to clear my head. No biased opinions about these. I'm just going to go at them and try to give my honest opinion. So it's always fun to try it new stones. So while the 1000 grit is soaking, I'm going to stop the camera a bit, and I'll get you back when it's done. Yep. So I'm back. It's probably been about 10-15 minutes, and well, this is a large stone. I could probably have left it, for a good amount of time, but which I don't have. So we're just gonna go for it, and I'll probably have to splash some water on it as we go, but at least we know why. So I'm going to start with dulling my knife, as I like to do when I'm sharpening. Well, not when I'm doing maintenance on my own knives, but it's nice to have a dull knife to start with when you're making videos. So yeah. So let's see about that. That is dull. Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah, you get the idea. That is a dull knife. So I like to start to work on the back of the stone just to preserve the stamp. So we have the stamp here. I like to leave it facing down. And yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, this is a soft stone, there's no doubt about it. But being soft, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It makes the stone faster, as it releases abrasive compound quicker. And but it requires a little bit of care when you're working on it, because the knife really wants to dig in. So you gotta be careful. And yeah, we'll go on the other side. I actually have to slow down a little bit doing this side, just to make sure that I don't cut into the stone, because this is soft. And that's not a bad thing. I really like to work on soft stones. You need to slow down a little bit, but you get results very quick. So we are almost done on the 1000 grit stone already, I reckon. So that's a nice burr all the way along the edge. We'll do a pass on this side as well. very light pressure now. And yeah, got a nice burr there as well. And I will start doing the crescent strokes to even out. Oh, I'm loving this stone. I'm loving it. I really like the soft stones. I might be a little bit biased. I kind of learned to sharpen on the cheap Chinese stones. And if you have used them, you know how soft they are. But you still tend to get pretty nice results if you just take a little bit care. And we flip the burr. And again. Now I'll just do just a couple of single passes, like so. And yeah, I'm going to try to kind of pinch off the burr just a little bit by going a few times edge leading. Really careful. And I'm going to just try to do a cut test, just like so, with no stropping, just to see if there's a difference, if we are on the right track. And that, my friends, is straight up 1000 grit stone with no stropping and just a couple of minutes. So I'm very surprised. They aren't too expensive, these stones. And as you can see, there's a lot of stone here. I don't have the prices with me at the moment, but I reckon, if I'm not mistaken, we are talking about the price in the range of a King Deluxe 1000 stone. And this is huge compared to it. But it's very soft. It's a lot softer than your King 1000. So yeah, we have that soaking again. We're going to go up to the 3000 grit stone. That is a splash and go, so that have not been soaking. So we are going to start, see what kind of speed we have. And immediately, this is a harder stone, there's no doubt about it. Not too fond of the feedback immediately. It kind of reminds me a little bit about the feel you have on a King 4000 grit. The feedback, that is. It seems like we get a pretty fine result on it. It's quite shiny. Do another pass. And it's yeah, it's still a little bit soft, so I can feel it wanting to dig in if I'm not too careful. If I'm not careful enough. And to be honest, this stone might need a small flattening session. Kind of feels like we have a few bumps And the surface here, I'm just going to go over it with my rusty razor to see if we can just even it out a little bit without doing too much work. Just try it like that. See if it's any better. Oh, I still get that same feeling. So far I'm loving the 1000 grit stone. The 3000 grit, not so much. I'm sorry. But that's just personal preference. It's a bit too hard. Not too hard. It's too. It's not enough response, and it feels kind of lumpy. I have to admit, but that might just be, as I said, because it just need a flattening session, and maybe when you get down into the stone, it's gonna get better. So I'm going to fix that. I'm just going to do a flattening session on it when I have the time. And we will do a revisit to see if it has gotten any better. So there's not a lot of burr. I'm going to do what I did on the last stone, and just gonna wipe it off, and we will do another cut test. So it's definitely better. That is actually not bad at all. So maybe the issue is just the feedback or the state of the surface of the stone, but it gave a decent result, like you would expect on a 3000 grit. I just finished sharpening a few knives on the Josera 3000 grit, so that could be it. I just got off a rather smooth 3000 grit stone, so but yeah, we're gonna put that away for a bit, and we're gonna give it a proper chance next time around. But now it's the 10,000 grit, and I can't honestly remember the last time I spent some time on a 10,000 grit stone. That wasn't a natural stone. So yeah, just gonna go at it. And oh yeah, that is a lot smoother. And this is, yeah, it's got a good feel to it. And I see metal floating on the surface, so it's pretty fast as well. And soft. And obviously it leaves a good finish. You can actually feel a small burr as well. So yeah, I'm going to do the other side as well. Still be a little careful so to not dig into the stone. We seem to be at a good place, so I'm just gonna not too many, just a few crescent strokes. To get us to the finish line. And as with before, I'm just trying to pinch off whatever little burr may be left. And I'm wiping off the knife. And we will do a cut test again. So that's pretty good. And let's see if there's any bite. Yeah, that is actually biting pretty well. So yeah, absolutely a smooth edge. If it's well. And if it would be comparable to, say, a Naniwa 10,000 grit, I don't know. I think they have to be using larger particles in the range of, you know, Shafton, because I wouldn't want to compare this to a Naniwa 10,000 grit. I think we are more in the range. If I were to compare this to another stone. I don't know if I can, but going by the finish, I would say we are closer to a, say, Naniwa 6K than a Naniwa 10K. But yeah, it's definitely a fast stone, and these three stones are the only ones, at least that my supplier has in, so there might be a reason for that. It would be fun to see if we could go from 1,000 grits straight to the 10,000 here and skip the 3,000 grit stone. That would be preferable, at least for me as it is right now. But yeah, given that we didn't get along with the 3,000 grit stone, we are going back to the 1,000 grit stone. And I'm not going to dull the knife right now. I'm just going to put a new edge on it real fast. That should be it. Other side as well. And there. That's 3. And let's do a couple of singles. So here we have a fresh edge straight off the 1,000 grit. I'm going to do a single cut test. Like that. And we are going on the strop. First, the Luxor stropping compound that I usually use. It's 3 and a couple of singles. Like so. Let's give it a little wipe. It hasn't dried properly yet. And do a couple more. That is, oh, that is so good. That is a lot better than what we have had of the 10,000 grit stone, and it just goes to show how important it is to strop the knife to make sure that you remove the burr when you're done sharpening. It makes a world of a difference. So, sadly, we are going to remove the burr. No, remove the edge once more. by creating a new bevel. And now we're going to test the other. Short on water here. I missed the angle just a little bit, so just gonna go one more pass just to make sure. And there we have it, all the way. Like so. And there we have it. And just a couple of singles. Like so. And then I'm going to wipe the knife. No deburring on the stone, because that's what we have the strop for. Get a new paper. Still got a decent edge. And now I'm going to try the other side. And that's the turmeric paste. So this side is a bit worn, but I really just wanted to try this. Since I had the tube lying around. And I think it's coarser. At least I see a lot more metal being left behind on the strop. Like so. And let's give it a go. And again, a clean result. So yeah, good stones. If I could remember the name of it. If you want to know the name, I stated it in the start of the video, so just go back. I can't remember it. I have a cheat sheet here somewhere, but I lost it. But yeah, nameless brand. No, yeah, basically. Which my producer had? Producer. Oh, I'm sorry. It's getting late. Supplier had. I wanted to try them out. It's a cheapish brand, but I'm loving the 1000 grit stone. It's so soft, and I think that's a great thing. You have to take a little bit care when you work on it, because you don't want the knife to dig into it. But as long as you do that, you get amazingly fast results. And you saw what we just got straight off the stone and with a little stropping. So that's excellent. They are made, they say that, my supplier said that specifically these are made for stainless steel knives. So how they would fare on harder steels, I would guess that this very soft 1000 grit stone would have problems with a harder steel. At least you would spend a lot of the stone working on it. So preferably I'd go with, you know, say a Shapton 120 or 320, or, well, of course even 1000, depending on what you want to do. The 3000 grit stone, I didn't like the feedback on it. That might be on me though, because I need to resurface the stone and try again, because it stood out. It wasn't comparable to the other two when it came to feedback. So I believe that down in here somewhere there is a decent stone waiting to come out. So I'm going to do that, and I will get back to you on this stone. The 10,000 grit. I'm not too sure if that's what you would call a true 10,000 grit, but grits are grit. It's just the number of abrasive particles. It doesn't say anything about size or quality of abrasive particles. So I reckon they're using quite large particles in their mix. It's fast. It's soft. You gotta be careful so you don't cut into it. But we had decent results on that one as well, straight off the stone. But to be honest, I'd rather go for the 1000 grit stone and straight to the strop. We got an amazing edge like that, and we wouldn't even need a 3000 or the 10,000 grit stone. At least not on this knife. So yeah, we of course stropping compound. So just to tell you a little bit more about what I'm using. The turmeric compound. I'm not sure what grit rating it has, if it even has one. It's the same compound you put on the turmeric, the leather wheel on the rough side to deburr after sharpening your knife on the turmeric. It was very easy to apply to the leather. A bit messy, but the stuff that was left behind removed a lot of material quite quick. So I reckon it's on the coarser side when you're talking compounds. If I were to guess, somewhere between 3000 and 5000 grit. But that is just a complete guess on my part, so I may be completely wrong. The other compound I'm using today is these sticks. I buy them from Luxor or Merard, a French company that makes polishing compounds, usually meant for jewelry, I think, but it works like a charm for this kind of stuff. So I have applied this to the leather, and I've used mineral oil to soften this up and work it down into the leather, and that it's just working beautifully. So this, however, is 0.3 micron, and that I guess is closer to 15,000-30,000 grit, somewhere around there. So it's a lot finer. So there is no surprise that this side gave me a cleaner edge than the turmeric, but both were excellent cutting edges, and I would be very happy to work with both of them in my kitchen. So fun little test. At least now I know I have some sharpening compound lying around. I'm gonna spend the tube doing that, and yeah. So if you're still watching, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. The channel is growing. So is my pile of stones. So I'm struggling to get space for all of them, but I'm working on that. I'll probably do a video in the future where I go through the entire collection, but that's going to take a while. So in the meantime, if you like what you see, just leave a like and subscribe. There should be a bell somewhere, that way you'll get notified when I post new videos, and I'll try to keep up 1 to 2 videos a week. And if you have any ideas, if there's anything, type of contents, type of stones you want to see, please let me know down in the comments. I'll usually try to answer all the questions and reply to all the comments. And yeah, talking with the community and getting to know people is the best part of this. So yeah, don't leave without leaving a comment. So with that said, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm going to start thinking about what the next video is going to be. And until next time, then I'll hope you have a good day, and I'll see you then. So bye.